What's going on, guys? I'm going to go over a basic gear list today of stuff that I might pack for either a long run or ultra marathon like the race I have coming up here in September. Just starting with socks. So I tried to go with smart wool. I got a couple different pairs here. These have a little bit of padding in them. These ones are ultra light, so generally you can find either hiking or running socks. Yeah, find something that you like, train in them, don't wait till race day. I've made that mistake before. So find yourself some good socks. Definitely important to take care of your feet. Shoes. So I'll go with 2 pairs of shoes for my race. I usually switch them out about halfway. This year I'm running in the Topo Adventure 2s. They're a 5mm drop. They got a little bit wider toe box. And so far I've been liking them. They're pretty durable. I've put about 300 miles on them since I've gotten them. They seem to be holding up well. But again, don't wait till race day to try some new gear. So you want to be training in what you're going to race in. For my pack, I have the Salomon 12-liter pack. This is the original pack. Salomon now makes a newer one, but I'm still rolling with this one. It's got plenty of space, plenty of pockets to put everything that I would need either for a long run, self-supported, or a long race where there's going to be big sections in between aid stations. So this one, I have the ability to carry a Camelback in the back, and also I can put soft flasks up front. So that's really nice. It also has a zip pocket back here, which generally I keep baby wipes, moleskin, Advil, things like that. That always stays in my pack. That's what I run with. I always train with the pack. Again, if you're gonna race with it, you need to be training with it. Poles, I run with the Black Diamond poles. These are a carbon pole. They're very light, easy to deploy. It's just pull them apart and they snap together. They're easy to put away as well, so you can just tuck these back in your back. Salomon makes a quiver that will go behind you. You can stick them back like this. That's nice as well. Generally for races, especially mountain races, I will be using the poles pretty much the entire race. So not just the uphills, downhills as well, and also the rollers and the flats. For hydration, I generally run with 2 soft flasks up front in my pack, a electrolyte drink in one of them, and then just regular water in the other one, and then regular water in my Camelback as well. I've just been going with the liquid IV. It's been working for me. I've tried different stuff. I'm not too picky about it. So as far as electrolytes and drinks like that go, coconut water is another one that I know is popular and people use. Like I said, I use the 1.5 liter fresh water in the back if I'm going to be going self-supported for maybe 20 miles. So if I'm going to be doing 4 hours, or if it's hot and I know I'm going to be climbing in a race, even if it's a shorter distance, I will bring extra water because I tend to drink a lot of water when I'm working hard. As far as nutrition goes, my general rule for myself is like 200 to 300 calories an hour. I've been going with these Kate bars. They're 300 calories. The other thing I like is applesauce or mashed potatoes, because sometimes the bars, especially if it's hot out, it just makes you want to drink a lot of water. So they can be kind of dry, but there's a lot of calories in them. So you just got to play around with that. Play around with what kind of food you can take in either during your training run, but know what they're going to have at the aid stations if you're going to be doing an ultra race. Generally, they're going to have like quesadillas and peanut butter and jellies and some candy and chips. I don't know. It's ultra food. Mess around with stuff. You want to be able to kind of run on anything if you start getting into longer distances, but make sure that you're staying up on the calories as much as you can. Every time you take in more food, you're just going to buy yourself more time and more energy, because you're never going to be able to keep up with it. Trying to stay ahead of it a little bit is all you can really do. So especially when you start getting into some longer hours. The other thing that I always keep in my bag is just a life straw. And if I'm just gonna go out for, let's say, an hour, I might bring one of these. If I'm gonna go out for 2 hours, I'll probably bring 2 of these. But I always have the life straw in my bag because I have run out of water before out there, even just training, and being able to stop at a creek or something and pull some fresh cold water out of the creek is super nice and definitely a morale booster. So I always keep that in my pack no matter what. So if training or racing, I keep the life straw in the pack. Headlamp, longer runs, if you're gonna be getting into the evening, even if you don't think you need it, If you're going to be doing some long runs closer to the evening, bring a headlamp. It's easy to throw in the pack. During race day, bring extra batteries. You want to make sure your batteries are new and fresh as you guys go into the night if you're going to be doing a race that is going to have you traveling through the night. As far as clothing goes, starting with my shorts, I usually just go a really thin, light pair of shorts. I do wear compression shorts underneath as well. That just helps prevent chafing or anything like that. If you do generally get chafing, there's all kinds of different products out there. Body Glide is one of them. That's something that you guys can use, but you want to think about that before the chafing starts. So up top, when it's hot, I just go with a cutoff, like sports material. It's dry fit, it's moisture wicking. That's generally what I do when it's hot out. I'll just run with that. The next layer, if it's getting a little bit cooler, I go with this long sleeve. It's still fairly light. It's got a hood on it, and it's just that extra layer. As I get into the night, and if it's starting to get cooler, then I'll go with a buff. I have a couple different options for hats. I have a hat that has the light on it. That's kind of nice. And then I do have a lighter beanie if I don't quite need it. Generally, some light gloves usually takes care of what I need. I always try to carry a rain jacket. This is a little bit heavier if you're, again, climbing around in the mountains and stuff like that. Having a little bit heavier jacket. This thing packs down really light. Easy, tuck it in your pack. It's pretty simple. So that's my basic gear list, either if I'm gonna do a long training run, self-supported, or even preparing for ultra marathon, because generally there's going to be the aid stations and you're going to have your crew, so you'll be able to kind of replenish. This is the very basic gear list that gets you started for either ultra run or just a long training run. Hopefully this helps, guys. If there's anything else you want me to cover, just leave a comment below. If there's any tips or tricks that you guys use during your runs or your races, let everybody else know. I'll try to put a link to all the products and stuff that I use in the description below. Hope this helps.